Please, a round of applause for Senator Shehu Sani in the building. You're welcome, sir. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
Yes.
Yeah, it was reported that when you voluntarily declared your assets, that you included your wives and children as part of your assets. Is that true, sir? And what was their reaction to that?
Well, when we got into the office, we were told that we need to go to an office called Code of Conduct Bureau.
Yep.
And that is where you are given a form for you to make declarations of the number of houses you have, the cars, the furnitures. And there was a column for your own spouses. So, but when I wrote the names of my wife and children, and the press reported it that I declared them as part of my asset, then my wife now read it online.
Yeah. And
she now screenshotted and sent it to me. And now she said, so I am now part of your asset. So she said, I hope you won't mind if I also declare you as my own asset.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but,
because what is fair is fair.
Yeah, but that doesn't raise much issue as when I publicly disclosed the amount of money being earned by legislators. And I said 13.5. So my wife, it was the first time she had it.
Yes.
So when she read it, she called me. I said, so this is the kind of money
that we bring in.
you've been earning. And since that day, there has never been peace.
Yeah,
So,
how would you rate the APC government so far?
well, like I've said, there are areas that we have achieved as in government. And there are also areas that the APC as a government has failed. Where it has achieved has to do with the perception of a country as a corrupt nation. And now we also have a leader who is respected globally, not being seen to be corrupt, even though he is surrounded by corrupt people. And now...
That's an irony.
And then the failures of it has to do with the fact that even if we are able to contain the Boko Haram at a certain point, but the headsmen are killing people. And again, there is a difference between what the government says as achievement and the truth on the ground. So they have been able to complete some projects and also did something about the economy. But Nigeria has never been more divided as they are today, because the president, the government is still being seen to be clannish, a nepotist, and one that is serving a section of the country, not all part of the country.
All right, if you are still watching, it's the other news, and we just finished the appetizer. Don't even go anywhere. Let's take a seat. We'll be back. Welcome back. We continue with our main course with the captivating Shehu Sani, who we have in the studio. Distinguished Senator, haven't fought for Nigeria's democracy in the past and even gone to prison for that cause. Would you say that Nigeria is correctly practicing the democracy that you fought for?
The most unfortunate thing and the tragedy this country was faced with in the last 18 to 19 years was that the forces of freedom, those who toiled and struggled and sacrificed their lives and liberty for the disestablishment of military rule in Nigeria, found themselves at the margin of power. Many of them could not make it as reps, as senators, as governors. So it was clear that mistakes were made in the sense that after fighting to restore democracy, they went back, and then some people simply took the opportunity and now established themselves. From 1999 to 2015, we had a government of sinners in court. And then from 2015 to date, we have that of saints. And people could hardly differentiate the difference.
Between the sinners and the saints?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Another irony.
Yeah.
Politically, what is the difference between North and South, even culturally? And how do we harness these differences to make Nigeria a better place?
In the way things are done in the North, that there is that conservative sort of thinking that we have an authority, and as such, you should not challenge it.
We need to align.
Yes. But in the South, there is this rebellious culture, and there is this question, people question authority, and they also question people who happens to be their leaders.
There's this who you help attitude in the South.
So in a vague sense, you can make that a difference. And now that is why when you have a national protest, you will see it more effective here than it is there. It is not peculiar to Nigeria. If you go to Belgium, the Flemish and the Spanish, the Flemish and the French part of Belgium, their tendencies and behaviors are different. Even in the US, those in the North and those in the South, their attitude to race are also different. So now, how do we bring these things together? We should see this as a process of nation building. We have been over 100 years amalgamated as a nation, but the differences are very clear. But I believe that as we continue to move in time and the government continue bringing in programs and policies that will unite us, certainly we're going to make progress in that direction.
I wouldn't let you go without answering this question because you're a member of the National Assembly.
Yeah.
And it keeps most of us wondering, why do top government officials, why do they necessarily need to go overseas for checkup and medicals?
Well, well, I pushed the question to one, and he told me that life has no spare, and that there is no patriotism in life. That if you die in a quack hospital, nobody will say, this is a patriot who has died. But I think the mistake...
But it makes no sense. I mean, if where they make the money, it's all quack hospitals, it's sad.
Well, the mockery of the whole thing is that you will see people in government moving to Egypt, Dubai, India, Germany, United States, and spending hundreds of millions of dollars for their own health. But when it comes to burial, they want to be brought back home.
Yes.
So we have become a cemetery.
Yeah.
Good for cemetery, but not good for the hospital.
It's terrible.
Good for the dead, but not good for the living. Yes.
You know, I like the way you spoke. I'm even tempted to ask if you do your own checkup abroad.
Well, the funny thing is we have, on the entrance of National Assembly, there is a machine there.
Yeah.
For people to
check their blood pressure.
Check their blood pressure. But I don't happen to be one of those who will. And I'm too young for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Senator.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.